Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Monday Night Hangout. Tonight, Body Illusion and I are going to do some coloring and some chatting. How are you doing, Miss Body Illusion?
Hello, honey. I'm doing just fine. Doing
Good.
just fine.
I have got a flowery picture and it says believe in yourself, and it's got lots of different flowers and leaves. So I've got my colored pencils out, which I have a whole, I'm going to move this over so y'all can see. I have like this whole thing of colored pencils, and I already have the ones I think I want picked out. And then over here, I have a whole tote, shoebox sized tote full of markers and more colored pencils that I didn't open yet. So I think I have enough colors. No, let me see if I can get this where y'all are going to be able to see. I got to pull it down. There we go.
That's the problem I'm having here.
All right. And how is
It's
everybody doing
yes.
on this lovely Monday? When I worked, Monday were always kind of like, the weekend, you're like, oh, the weekend went by so fast. And then all of a sudden now it's Monday again. Hi, Chef Hit Dice, welcome.
Uh-huh.
And then all of a sudden it's Monday and you survive Monday and then you're like, whew, I need a break now. Hi, Carol, welcome. So I created this Monday night hangouts just to kind of be able to get on and relax and visit and have a good time, not too much stress or structure or anything like that. Hello, Kristen from Bella's Whisper Farmstead. Welcome, welcome.
Wow, nice.
So today was,
Everybody's coming to see ya.
yeah, hi, Journey Mirror. Welcome. And Stephanie, the WSFN channel. Welcome, welcome. Oh, Kristen said, I thought today was Tuesday. No, it is Monday. And today was baby girl's second day of pre K. And when they got in the car to go home, she had to have mama call me, tell me all about her day. And she got in trouble at nap time. Uh, her
Uh-oh.
and her
Uh-oh.
little, whoever was laying next to her, they were talking and not going to sleep. And so the teacher turned her around. So her head was down by their feet. And she was not happy about being turned upside down. And she said, my teacher turned me upside down. And my daughter's like, why would they pick you up and turn you upside down? That doesn't make sense. And then we found out it was during nap time and it was why they weren't laying down. And then she finally fessed up and said, well, my teacher did tell me not to be talking, and I was talking. So she kind of, didn't like the fact that she got in trouble, but she didn't, it didn't like upset her to the point that she cried or anything. But I think she's
Right.
going to be one of these kids that when the teacher tells them not to do something, like she'll be paranoid that she's going to get in trouble. And so she won't do, hopefully won't do what they say or tell her not to do, rather. But
Right.
anyway,
Well,
um,
and she's still learning,
yes, it's,
what
it's
the
definitely
boundaries are.
it's definitely a learning curve, but the fact that she went and didn't cry, being that she's only been with me, mom, or dad, it's like I didn't know how she was going to react when she realized, hey, none of my people are in here. But she did fine, so I'm glad of that.
That's good.
And she said something about, I know my whole name. And I'm like,
Oh.
yes, that's one of the things we worked on was your name. So, but she was proud of herself saying, yeah, my teacher said, I know my whole name. Like, that's good. I'm glad you know your whole name.
Well, and It's interesting how people don't, and I'm going to use this word, don't take it wrong, don't
Mm-hmm.
piddle with kids. And all it takes is just, you know, goofing with them and stuff like that. They pick up really quick, you know,
Yeah.
and especially her. She's quite the talent.
Well, and it's like I didn't know if she like there was a lot of things that I tried to get her to learn, but sometimes kids won't show you what they know actually, and so I wasn't sure. And it's like they want them to know, like, what does it mean to be in front of or behind or beside or on top of, and like your
Oh, really?
directional type things. Yeah, but she
Uh-huh.
knows them. But you know, when we worked on that kind of stuff, she kind of acted like, yeah, 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 I'm not really paying attention to that. But
Right.
she's the kind of kid that she picks up on things, she just won't let you know she knows them. Hello, Misha, Leah. Welcome, welcome. We are just hanging out and doing some coloring tonight. It's a Monday and it's the start of a new week. And I
And I
haven't,
want you to know this is how I really got to know Echo was when she started doing coloring. It
yeah,
really did. Uh, it really did like free my mind from all the stress of life. It really
yes.
did.
I,
It brought
I
me to my
really,
childhood, and I would sit and think, I remember coloring with my cousin, and stuff like that.
well, it's
It
really
was
weird because before I started doing all this inner child healing stuff, I would color with my granddaughter, but it was like I was only doing it because she wanted me to. It wasn't like I
uh
wasn't doing it for my enjoyment or for me. I was doing it because it was something I was doing with her. And then I started noticing a lot of people doing the adult coloring, and I got into a couple of channels that, had the collaborations going on for it. And I was like, yeah, I really like, doing. And then when I started doing it and making the video and playing the music, it was like so relaxing. I was like, yeah, I need
it
this.
is.
You know. So now it's like I haven't been making the videos for the collaborations because I've been doing so many other things. And I said, well, today I just was like, I feel like coloring. So that's why I asked you, would you like to come color with me?
Did you catch that, folks? She asked the person with no talent to come on here with Telegram.
Well, and you think I have talent? I don't have any talent either. I just do it because it's
Oh,
relaxing and I enjoy it, but
I enjoy it so
I'm
much.
not
I
I'm not
enjoy it so
really
much.
good at it. Now there's one lady, Irene. I don't know if you've heard of her channel. I think it's Vic. Eileen Vic. She
Uh-huh.
does like she's an art teacher and she does all
Oh,
the
okay.
shading and the um, makes it look three-dimensional and really
I'm
really
doing good to stay in the
serious.
lines.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I'm not that serious, but I'll go in there sometimes and watch her and I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, I'm still like with the coloring book and crayons. I'm not ready to do
Right?
art yet, but I envy other people who can do that.
Oh,
And then I
yes.
met Foxy Colorist. I went in her stream one day and she was doing a giveaway, and that's where I got some of my colored pencils. She sent me two different boxes of colored pencils, and somewhere in here, I keep dropping them. I have some that have two different colors, one on each end of the pencil.
Ooh, that's fun.
Let's see. Oh, here. No, that's that one. Like that. So it has like you have like two ends, so you have two totally different colors in that same pencil. So
Oh, okay.
those are really nice. And let's see if that's a prism, because I never had prism colored pencils before. Yes, that is prism. And so I was like, okay, here's a brand I've never tried, and I've never had any that had colors on both ends. So that was really cool. And then I met Coloring with Taylor Made in Foxy Colorist's channel. And so then I was going on her streams and watching her color. I was like, yeah, I'm just meeting all these people that color. But that's how it is when I go in, like how I got in with the diamond painting folks. I just go in there and start asking questions. And same thing with the crocheting. It's like, I want to learn everything,
Right.
especially if
Yeah,
it,
your
yeah,
curiosity is just
yeah,
on a rampage right now, which is wonderful. Wonderful. Never stop learning. Because you were talking about going back to school and like,
yeah,
go,
yeah,
go. And do it like you're doing this, Learn
yeah,
what you want to learn. Nobody
yeah.
says you have to have a degree.
No. And they do have, because we have a university here in the town where my daughter lives, and that's where she went to college. And
Uh-huh.
they have a over 55, you can take some free classes. Hi, Bridezilla. Welcome. And so I checked with that, and you like join this group, and it's like $135 for the whole year. And then you
Uh-huh.
can take any class that you want to take. But they didn't have very many classes offered like through the summer. And so I'm not
Oh,
sure.
okay.
I didn't ever get back to checking for the fall. But I can take regular college classes. I just have to pay for them, you know. But if I want to do the free things, then it just depends on, what they're offering,
Right.
which I don't really know
Right.
what
And
I
well,
would.
and the summer classes they're always shorter. They're
Yeah.
always, less of them.
And I don't really know what I would want to take anyway right now. So, I don't know. But I'm just going to have time, to volunteer or, I mean, yes, like we were talking before we went live, I need to clean my house. I need to. Oh, Journey Mirror gave me a super chat. Ooh, ooh, thank
Hey,
you.
congratulations. Thank you, sweetie.
Yes,
Thank you for the
thank
super
you,
chat.
Journey Mirror. That is so sweet of you. You didn't have to do that, but thank you very much. But I need to,
You can get some more colors.
I need to kind of de-babyfy my living room. It looks like a daycare. And now that I won't have her every day, I can put some of that stuff away. And I do kind of want to make a little exercise area that I can leave set up to do my exercises and do my videos. I found two exercises. Did you know that you can do a push up against the wall, like a standing up push up?
No, I didn't.
Because I can't get down on the ground and get back up too easily.
Right.
So, and it's like it would be kind of hard for people to see what I'm doing if I'm, laying on the floor, right? So, I kind of want to do the standing up one. And so I did find one. So I got to have a wall, and you can do like a wall sit thing too. That's supposed to be
Uh-huh.
really good. So I kind of need to have a place where I can do up against the wall. And then also I found another exercise where you put the resistance band, like if you have a wreath hanging on your door, you know how you have those wreath hooks like that you put
Uh-huh.
over your door to hang the wreath. Well, you can put your
Uh-huh.
resistance band over top of that, and then you can pull it down on either side. Like you
Okay.
hold on to it and you pull down. Um, like some of the weight machines that they'll have at the gym where, they have the cables like that you hang on and you pull down. But that
Uh-huh.
I saw a way that you can do that with the resistance band. And I'm like, oh, so I need to have it where I can put that on a door and be able to video, with the door. So
Right.
the only thing that has to stay where it's at in my living room is going to be where I have all my plants, because I only have windows on the one end of the room.
Uh-huh.
So I need to leave the plants, near the windows. But other than that, everything else, could get moved around. So I got to think about that. And then I did put a card table in my bedroom and made an area where I'm going to do like my crafts and diamond painting and that kind of thing. But it's not completely set up. That's why I'm not in there coloring tonight, or I would be in there doing that. But again, I want to be able to leave my stuff out and go in there and work on it when I want to.
Yeah.
Join in
Yeah,
here
I get
at
that.
my desk, I kind of have to clean it up because I need the room to do other things.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to be able to do that, to have the craft area set up, and then I want to do the exercise area, and then this I have. Well, you can't see now because I don't have the camera right, but I have a shelf on the one side, and I'm really seriously thinking about putting the shelf behind me because people are starting to send me little things, and the way I have it now with the map back there, I don't really have any way to show off the little things that people are sending me. So I kind of want to put the shelf behind me
Yeah.
so that I can put things on there. And Wednesday,
Yeah. You do need a tchotchke
yeah,
shell.
Wednesday I'm gonna have package opening because I got two different Happy Meal from two different people, and I may have Chef
Uh-oh.
Hit Dice's box of spices here by then. And if I do, I'll
Oh,
open
won't
that.
that be
I'll open
fun?
that on Wednesday too. But if I don't have them yet, then I'll do it the next Wednesday. But yeah, he sent me a whole box of spices from California. So I'm excited to get that.
Yeah. I'm interested in seeing
Yeah, because it's like
what he's going to turn you on to,
yeah, when I was on his show,
what his style.
he,
Well, you can tell his style of spices
well,
by the way he
yeah, but I
cooks.
mean, it's like he was like
You know.
putting this and putting that. I'm like, I've never saw that combination, or I didn't know. I don't see that kind of spices or whatever. And he was like, yeah, I'll hook you up. I'll send you some spices. So he messaged me the other day and said, I'm going to the post office and sending your box. I was like, oh, great. I'm excited.
Oh,
So that'll be coming.
he's so nice. He's so
That
nice.
will be on its way. But I love getting mail.
Yeah, and you do need a shelf for that kind of
Yeah,
stuff
and I
to
mean, I
kind of
enjoyed my
display
map
entertainment.
back there, but I have kind of got out of the habit of trying to find out where people are and put them on the map because so many people don't really want to tell you where they are. And I don't want to make anybody feel uncomfortable, like, don't go in there. She'll want to know where you're from. So I think I'm
Right.
going to take the map down, and then I'll be kind of putting other things there. I think. I'm not sure. I don't know. I've got time to decide what I'm doing, but my mind is so open right now. Just I just want to do different things. I just want to
I love
really,
that. I love
yeah.
that.
So I'm gonna do that. But I woke up this morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. It's like my body still thinks I have to go get the baby, and it's like without an alarm or anything. It's just like my eyes just pop open. It's like, done, time to get
Uh-huh.
up. So I got up and I did my workout and recorded that. And then Tia goes live at Boldly and Shackle goes live usually about 8:15. So I had got my coffee and I went in and I watched her. And then I set my workout video to be a premiere and I did that. And then I started doing some work, making some other videos. And I can make the videos, but you know what I really don't like doing is putting them into YouTube. Because when you're monetized, it adds like 2 or 3 more steps to uploading a video.
Does it
Yeah.
really?
And it's just like, I don't want to do that part right now. I make them and I get them ready and I upload them. And then it's like I have to do the rest of it to get it, actually scheduled and everything. And then they just sit there and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm going to do it, but I don't want to do it. So like I made myself today because I had gotten quite a few and I didn't even get all the shorts done. I made a bunch of shorts and then I was like, I'm tired of doing this now. So I quit doing it.
I don't want to do that
So
anymore.
tomorrow, I think I got all the videos that I actually have made scheduled and I have my upcoming week's worth of live streams scheduled and I'll work on it some more tomorrow. But then I got
So what's your schedule with your lives? Let's talk about
okay.
that. I hear you're having My Other's Keeper on. You're
She
having, what other guests are you
okay.
having?
My Other's Keeper, I'm actually going to be on her channel as
Oh,
her
okay.
guest. And we are going to be talking about the fruit of the spirit. And I'm not sure what
Okay.
all she wants to talk about, but that'll be interesting. I like talking to her. And so I'm going on there. And then, of course, I'm going to have my regular Wednesday noon. And I'm going to do trivia Thursday at noon. I'm not sure if Elisa's going to be able to join or not. I think she went out of town, if I'm not mistaken, but she might be back in time.
Uh-huh.
And then Saturday, I have Lisa J from A Place for Her coming on as a guest.
Nice.
And let's see, what else do I have coming up? And then in the coming weeks, well, I think it's the 10th, so it won't be, no, it'll be this coming Sunday. We start our self-care Sundays lives. So every other week, Body Illusion and I are going to go live at 2 o'clock on Sunday, and we are going to learn all about self-care stuff. Miss Body Illusion is, and let me see if I say it right, esthetician.
That's
Okay.
it. It's such a
It
weird word, isn't
is.
it?
And I had to look up how you spell it. I was like, okay, it's one of those words that isn't spelled like it sounds, it's like a couple extra little vowels.
And you'll find it in different spellings.
Yeah. So I was like,
Even in the business, you'll find it different
yeah.
spellings. Like nobody really knows how to spell it.
So
It's really
I was like,
strange.
okay, I need to look up how you spell that word. But anyway, so she knows all about skincare and makeup and aromatherapy and massages and all of that. So we are going to have every other Sunday at 2 o'clock, we're going to do a live and talk about all that good stuff. I'm excited to,
All that stuff to make us feel better about
yeah.
us. That's what all that is. That's just that self-care
Oh,
stuff.
and I tell you what, I'm still working on the mindfulness stuff. I'm getting better at it. But I'm getting really good at the meditation. And I never could meditate before.
Good.
I never could, stop thinking about things in my mind enough to even concentrate on my breathing. And it's like I'm getting
Uh-huh.
so much better at it now. And I was in a stream earlier over on Blessing Through Connection with Miss Mary, and she had a waterfall going and had some music playing. And I was like, oh my gosh, this would be great to meditate to. It just was so relaxing. I was like, I don't want to fall asleep in here, but
Uh-huh.
it was so nice. I was like, oh, I love it.
Yeah, a lot of spa rooms, where you get your facials and
Uh-huh.
stuff, they'll have like little waterfalls
Yeah.
and music like that.
Well, it
You
it
know,
was
I
really,
don't
really
know. Excuse my
nice.
language, folks, but all it ever did was want to make me pee.
Well,
I keep going, I should go to the bathroom. I should go to the
I
bathroom.
grew up by Lake Michigan, and I could just go and sit on the beach for hours and just watch the water and listen to the waves crash on the sand, and of course I also like to feed the birds or,
That's so pretty.
anything else that came around, but mm,
Yeah, the sounds and then the
yeah.
smells of the ocean. So,
I
yeah,
have to tell y'all something though.
so calm.
This weekend, my ex and his
Uh-huh.
wife were down because of celebrating the baby's birthday. And
Okay.
we had some of the best conversation this weekend. And the only thing I can figure is because I'm working through a lot of that stuff in my head. And it was like I wasn't
Okay.
looking at him like, you're my ex. You're like, it's like, I'm not supposed to like you. You know what
Oh,
I'm saying? It's like, I'm supposed to have a problem with you.
uh-huh.
I was just looking at him that, he's the baby's grandpa. And we were doing stuff with her because of it being her birthday and everything. And it was just so nice.
Right.
And we went out to dinner and couldn't all fit in the same car. So I drove my car and his wife, Nana, she rode with me and we had the best conversation. And it took us longer to get where we were going and to get home. And my daughter was like, I was about ready to send out the search party because I didn't know where you went. I'm like, we were talking. But it's been the baby, is turning 4, so it's been a little over 4 years that we've been talking, because of the baby coming and all. And we just really have a
Right.
nice blended family. It's just really nice. I get to be grandparent and she gets to have more than one grandparent and it's just really nice. And they love her.
Yeah.
So it's all good. But I really did enjoy that. And normally it's not that I don't enjoy it, but I feel uncomfortable a little bit. And I didn't feel uncomfortable at all.
Right.
Although this time it was at my daughter's house. They came and stayed at my daughter's house instead of us going to their house. And maybe that, had a little something to do with it too.
The
Different
environment was
environment.
different. Yeah.
But still, I can feel a change in me in my mental and emotional side. And I really did enjoy it. So that was good. And I was talking to my daughter. Let's see. Open house was on Wednesday, so it was last Thursday. And
Uh-huh.
I was telling her how much I enjoyed being able to be at the school with her and see her with the kids and the teachers that she works with. And, I mean, I always know that she's
Right.
in the right job, and that she's good at her job.
Right.
But to actually see her doing all that, I mean,
In action.
I was just the proudest mama. And I was like, I know I don't tell you.
Oh, that's so
I was like,
cool.
I know I don't tell you enough that you're a good mama, but you are really a good mama and you are definitely in the right job and you're a great teacher, and stuff. And I made her cry. And I didn't mean to make her cry, but I guess I'm just really getting in touch with my own feelings, and I was able to kind of
Uh-huh.
share with her how I feel about her a little bit easier, I guess. And she was like,
Right.
"My goodness, Mama, you're making me cry." I'm like, "Well, I want you to know."
Isn't that
I said, "I want you to
cool?
know how I really feel, and I do appreciate it because even though I had to take the baby, for her a part of the open house, we could have left. We didn't have to stay, while my daughter was doing her part, but I was having a good time and I was enjoying seeing her with the people and everything. But yeah,
In her
she's like,
element.
You're going to make
Huh?
me cry." Well, honey, I don't mean to make you cry, but you are good at what you do. And not everybody can be, just like not everybody can be a nurse. It takes a certain kind of person. And she's definitely,
It really does. It really does. You have to have that certain kind of
yeah.
patience, and you have to have that certain strength because you will get pushed,
Yeah.
and so yeah, it just takes a special person and has to be in their heart.
And
They have to be
I got to
passionate
see
about it.
her with her, she teaches math and science, and then Mr. Freeman is in the classroom right next door, and he teaches ELA and social studies. And so they share those two
Okay.
groups of kids. And I've met him before and talked to him before. And I mean, I knew he was, a good teacher partner for her and everything. But when I actually saw them, talking about different kids and different things, I was like, yeah, you got it made with him. You can't always pick who you work with, and to have somebody that you can really work with well is hard to find,
Right.
and I told her, I said, that just makes the job so much easier because not only do they support each other emotionally, but they're also on the same page when it comes to the kids, and the kids know they can't play them against each other. And it's really like a mom and a dad of the classroom. It's like,
Uh-huh.
okay, they start acting up. She'll be like, "You need to go see Mr. Freeman." And then when they're acting up with him, he'll be like, "You need to go see Miss Bivens." But it was really fun, to get to see him. And my granddaughter actually played and, was good. She didn't get into nothing or bother anybody or anything like that. So we had a really good time while we were there. But yeah, my daughter was like, "Oh, you're gonna make me."
That yeah, that's neat that you got to see her in her her element and her environment
Yeah,
and then the interaction between the
yeah,
two of them. That tells you more than
right.
anything.
I
Yeah.
got to go turn my air
What are you
conditioner
doing,
on.
Miss Woody? Digging a color?
I am coloring. You can't see my
I thought you were digging in your
page.
box.
I had to find some more purples. I got
Oh, there you
too
go.
many letters to color, and I didn't want them all the same color. I wanted different shades of purple. But I'm getting a little warm, so I had to turn that air on.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
But yeah, okay, let me see.
Yeah, I'm using colored pencils and pens and Crayolas, whatever color pops up. I'm like, oh, I want that color. Does it come in this or come in that?
Well, see, I was doing that 3 marker challenge where you have to blindly pick your colors, and you only get three
Right.
colors, and that's hard. But I didn't know at first when I first started doing it, but you can like mix the colors together if it's the right colors, and try to make it a different shade of that color, or
Oh,
whatever
okay.
like that. But I didn't know that at first, and I was just strictly going with the 3 colors, that I drew. But then I found out you could mix the colors. And I was like, yeah,
Yeah,
that,
I did that three color
yeah,
challenge. Yeah, that was fun. It was fun, but it is kind of limited.
yeah,
It is kind of limited.
yeah,
But you got to be more creative with it. Yeah, you really
yeah.
do. Because with only three,
And like this page
but it was
that I'm
fun. It
coloring
was back to that
with
coloring thing. It was just
all
fun.
these different flowers and different leaves and all that, it would be really boring looking colored all the same, just three colors. Hi, Jared.
Right.
Welcome. And you got people. I need to go look at your chat because you must have people over there. They must be chatting up themselves.
No.
Let me.
Oh, oh, Sophia's here.
Is she, oh, you can see her on
Ma.
mine. Oh yeah, there she is. Hello, Sophia. Okay, good. Okay, I don't have to do that. Okay, good. Let me go back to where I was
She's a
then.
channel that she puts out some really cool stuff. She she I don't know. You probably have to do this for me. Yeah, it's an artsy stream. Uh, I don't know if she commutes or what, but she's always on like a small boat going across the Black Sea, and so you're watching the sea, and it's just talk about serene. Oh,
Oh,
it's just
that would
beautiful,
be so.
just
Yeah,
beautiful. The ocean waves and the wakes and stuff like that. It's just amazing.
hi, my gypsy
Just amazing. That's what
flying.
she puts out.
See, like Daisy May lives right there in Florida on the ocean. Like she lives like on a little cove or a little bay or something. I couldn't do that because I wouldn't
Uh
get nothing done because I'd be out there looking at the water all the
huh.
time. I'd be like, she went to the ocean and watched the sun come up the other day. I would be no good if I
There you
did that.
go.
Hi, Stinky N. Welcome.
I went to the beach on the East Coast, and it just baffled me. It just baffled me the first time I did that because I'm like, why is the sun setting
On the wrong side.
on the land
Yeah.
side? Sun setting is supposed to be setting on the ocean side. It's just really baffled me for a while. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
I wonder if I can.
Uh-huh.
But I've always liked sunrises and sunsets. And I was reading something
Yeah.
the other day that was saying about, which farmers, of course, can only work when the sun is out. So it's like they get up with the
Uh-huh.
sun and they go to bed with the sun. And
Uh-huh.
but that's like how our bodies were made to do that. That's why it messes you up so bad if you work shift work because your
Oh
body
yeah.
is just by nature wants to sleep at night. And I worked so many years of shift work, it's no wonder my sleep gets messed up. But I'm getting better at sleeping.
Well, it messes with your sleep patterns. It messes with your eating patterns. It messes everything. All your clocks go haywire. They really do.
Hi, Scully Pop. He's over on your side. Hello, hello.
Oh, Scully! Hi. Skit, 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 skit. I'll do it back to you. Is that how we do
First time he did that to me, I was like, what is he talking about?
it? Doesn't he do it great?
Yeah.
He he has a knack with that. Um, so Scully was on last night, and I was watching him. He does he does things periodically through the week, but most of his stuff is on. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Scully. But most of his stuff is Sunday PM, and he'll do a reading, is what he calls it,
Hmm.
and it's like one time was he put the movie Grease and the movie Breakfast Club put together, and it was called Breakfast Club Grease or something like that. And so he does these things, and he gets people from the chat up there, and they all read different parts, and it's a lot of
Yeah.
fun. It's a lot of fun to have these people up there, and you get to know their voices and their personalities, and there's oopses and there's fun, and Izzy's always up there helping with
Hi,
it. Yeah,
Els
it's
Endeavors.
a lot of fun.
Welcome. Yeah, and Izzy is so good at the AI stuff.
Yeah, her and Scully both
Yeah.
are. They just have that talent. They just have that knack. I'm barely well enough to push a button to say live. That's it for me. Don't expect any more, folks. But that's okay. People that know me don't expect any more than that. Uh, Stinky
Are they being mean?
Grease for breakfast.
Oh,
That's what it was called. Grease for breakfast. That's what it was called. Thank you, Scully. And that was the one that got me addicted to his Sunday night shows. That was fun. That was fun. He
Hello,
had quite a few people
Olivia.
on.
Welcome, welcome. So good to
I
see
love that name,
everybody coming
Olivia.
in tonight. Thank you for joining us. We are just kicking back and kind of relaxing tonight.
Scully, this is my form of AI. Color crayons. Oh, that got really colorful. Just sitting here piddling and talking to you, baby. This got really colorful. When I was working in the big box store, the job we had, we were filling out forms, and we'd fill out like 40 forms a day, you
Uh-huh.
know, always signing a form, always signing, because you did a project and then you signed it off. You did a project, you signed it off, and you did it about 40 or 0 times a day. And I had a boss. I wasn't crazy about him. He wasn't crazy about me, but it was business. So, and he had against glitter pens. He did not like glitter. And I know a lot of you don't like glitter. He did not like glitter. So I went and I always made sure I had glitter gel pens. I would always write with glitter gel pens. And he would just have a fit. And the more he had a fit, the more I used them. Because he had to always behind and check our work, right? So I just loved it. I just loved it. So needless to say, we're out of it. I have glitter pens. I have glitter pens.
I got
Still to
I
this
got
day.
a few
So
gel pens in there with my colored pencils. Not too many, but a few. Let's see. I need.
oh, I love glitter. I love glitter. I have glitter just sitting here too. So yeah. So it gets everywhere.
Oh, I know.
As I told Echo on her birthday, I sprayed my hair. I cleared it out. I still have I still have the spray all over. They say spray it outside. Well, I sprayed it in my bathroom. My walls are still full of pink and purple spray. Every time I go in there, I just smile and go, "I love you, Echo."
Ah,
That was such a fun
yes,
day.
it was. I can't believe we're in August, y'all. This year is flying by.
Can you believe it? What is your weather like, baby, where you are right now?
It says it's 77. We had a little rain here today. Um, not, not as bad as we had Saturday night or Saturday afternoon and Saturday night. We had bad thunder and lightning storm and lots of rain. But
Oh,
we
okay.
definitely had some rain, but it had the big, ugly black clouds, that you're like, oh my gosh. Well, all of a sudden somebody cut the lights out because it just like gets so dark. But that was
Yeah,
Saturday.
we've had, and gone down to like 66 degrees.
Wow.
It got really cold here, you know, for being 90 the day
Yeah.
before.
Well, it's still really, hot and humid here in South Georgia. Unfortunately, it we we have pretty much summer well into October. It's like our summer doesn't end in August like most people's does. We still have summer for a good bit after that, but it starts to get, a little milder as it goes, and then by October you're so over it being hot that when it does start to cool off, it's so nice. You're like, oh, finally some cool air.
Right.
And then normally we don't even get like freezing here. Last year, though, it did snow, and the snow stayed on the ground for a couple of days, which is very unusual for us. So I don't
Uh-huh.
know, how this.
Well, you were raised in snow, yes?
Yes, because I was raised in Northwest
Yeah.
Indiana, way at the top of Indiana, and yes, we had blizzards, and we'd get snowed in. But I guess with the global warming and everything, they haven't been having it as bad there as when I was a kid. But it was
Okay.
horrible when I was a kid, which it didn't bother me as a kid because, we'd get out of school a lot and we had our
Right.
snow
Snow day.
sports and snow fights and, stuff like that. But once I was an adult and had to like dig my car out to go to work, I was over it real fast. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, this is not any fun. I do not like this at all. But it was okay as a kid. But you
Yeah.
literally
Well, snow, I've never driven in snow. I don't understand
you
snow.
you
I mean,
literally
I'm
have
older
to
than dirt and
carry,
I've never driven in snow. Isn't that
a
something?
change of clothes because the thing about the snow and the slush and the ice, it will like freeze on your pant legs. And so then it's like when you get inside and it starts melting, and then you're not only are your pants wet, but your socks are wet, your shoes are wet. You have a puddle on the floor where you were sitting. I mean, it's like really annoying. And I had a white car, and I was driving on the expressway, and it was snowbanks. You know how the median is in between the lanes of traffic was covered in
Uh-huh.
snow, and I hit a patch of black ice and went spinning off the road into the median, which was full of white snow, and my white car got covered up. Luckily, it was at night, so a guy saw my headlights go, and he came back and helped me. But
Wow. See, that's what would get me about snow is the
yeah,
black
oh,
ice.
that and that black ice,
Black
it
ice
is
would
so
just scare the pee
unpredictable.
do out of me.
It's not like regular ice that if you have like a little bit of traction, a little bit of, like snow tires or something, you can keep the car on the road. But that black ice is, it's just like your tire it just, I mean, you just slide. I mean, your tire can't get any traction, and it's bad. But
Wow. See, that would just scare me to
Yeah.
death.
Well, and if the guy had
So I just don't, you know,
if the guy hadn't come
Sierra
along,
foothills and stuff like that. If it's snowing, I don't go.
yeah. Well, I got
That's the
stranded
snow on
many a
me.
time places where, the roads weren't bad when I went somewhere, but while I was there, it would snow and get bad, and then it was like not safe to drive back. So you always carried, change your clothes and had your little go bag with your toothbrush and shampoo and, the essentials because you never knew when you were going to get stuck somewhere. And not only could you
Wow,
not go
really?
somewhere, like the trucks couldn't get to the stores to deliver stuff. So, like, even if you could get to the store, the shelves were empty, especially like the bread and milk and eggs, the stuff that they get delivered, regular deliveries. When the trucks can't get
Right.
through, you don't get that stuff. Yeah, Stephanie, I'm glad I survived that.
Wow.
That accident could have been really, really bad.
Yeah.
And it was Christmas time.
Thank goodness there was nobody around because,
Yeah. And I was going home
with
for
you sliding like
Christmas.
that.
Oh, it was bad. And I had my little white poodle with me. I'm like, she's going to get lost in the snow too. Oh, it was bad. It was bad.
It's funny what your mind thinks of when you're in that
Yeah.
situation.
But thank goodness it didn't hurt my car. And
Didn't
I
hurt
like
you.
drove into the snowbank, so all the guy had to do was back my car up and was able to get it unstuck out of the snowbank. And so,
That was very
yeah,
smart of him. That was very
he
sweet.
told me how to get it back up on the road and how to be very, very careful so that I didn't go flying off again. And I don't think I had but maybe 10 or 15 more miles to go on that road, when it happened. So I was almost where I was going. But it was
Uh-huh.
so dark out and so much snow. My dad
Wow.
was 6'1", and I don't know, I can't
Okay.
find it now, but I used to have a picture of him shoveling snow, and the snowbank was taller than him.
Holy
Yeah.
smokes.
And there were times that you couldn't get the front door open because it would snow during the night and be like shoved up against the door, so you couldn't push the door
Uh-huh.
open. And I don't even know if I think because we had a back, like a patio in the backyard, and it had like a roof over it. It wasn't like enclosed, but it had a roof. And I think he probably,
Well, kind of an awning kind of
yeah,
thing.
and I think he probably had to go out there and come around the front and then dig it out so that we could open the front door.
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't understand that life. I just,
But like you
uh,
kept everything, of course this is before microwaves, and you didn't really have a lot of like convenient type food. It was more, you had meat in the freezer, you had canned vegetables that you would can out of your garden or you would freeze them, and stuff like that. So even if you got snowed in, you might not have fresh milk or you might not have eggs, but you still had food to eat.
what about your power? Did it go out a
It
lot?
would go, I think we had a gas stove, if I remember correctly, so that my mom could still
Okay.
cook even when the lights were out. And we had a lot of those
And also give you heat.
like kerosene lantern type. oil lamp type things.
Right?
But mostly it was the fact that you would get stuck, like the roads would be impassable and you just, would be glad you were home because you weren't going nowhere. And like I said, for a kid, it was wonderful. We got all this time out of school
Yeah.
and, we got to, hi, Brian Drums. Welcome. Brian is doing the workout with me. That Yes,
Oh,
and I am
nice.
so happy that he is. I gave him a shout out in the video this morning because I was like, I kept saying ladies, and then I had to correct myself and say, oh, and gentlemen, if Brian is watching, because he had told me in a comment that he was watching it. So today he told me that he was able to do some of the moves with me. So that's so good.
Nice.
It just makes me feel so good to do the stretching and just move your body. It just, even if you're not doing it very fast or very much, you're still moving, and all movement counts. So
Yes. Yes.
especially,
I don't know if you guys had Jack LaLanne. Did you have Jack LaLanne
well,
when you were a
yeah,
kid?
I mean, he was popular like in the 60s, but I know who he is.
Okay, showing my age,
Well,
but that's
no, I mean,
okay.
you know what I'm saying. I mean, I know who he is. I
That's all right, honey.
He was. I'm sure he was on to probably the from the 60s to the 80s or something. I don't know. I know he was very old when he
Yeah.
was still doing the exercises.
Yeah. I would do him in the
Uh huh.
mornings, right? I was a kid. I was a kid, 6, 7 years old. Must have been preschool time because I was with my grandmother, and I would say, "Come on, do it with me. Come on, do it with me." And she was like, "I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it." So I peeked at her till she finally got up and did it. She goes, and every time after she did it, she would go, I feel much better
Yeah.
you having me do that. I feel much better. And it's amazing how just that little bit of movement in the morning just kind of gets your the oxygen flowing again. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yes. Brian is my new best pal. That's right, Brian. He watches all my videos. I just love that. And he's a drummer, and he really plays the drums good. And you're
Oh,
right, that
really?
is very good cardio doing playing the drums.
Oh, yeah. That's past cardio. That is some
But
serious
it's so funny because
working up a sweat kind of
the
thing.
more I do the exercises, the more I want to find more that I can do. You know what I'm saying? It's like, not that I get bored with them, but I'm just like, oh, well, if I can do that, then I might can do this.
Right.
So,
Especially with your new body.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm able to move ways that I couldn't move before, but I just my fat roll is starting to make me feel like I got a butt in the front. Oh, it's funny though. It's like I
uh,
said
interesting way of
I
looking
said
at it.
several times that, oh, I won't have the skin removal surgery. But the more it gets looser and hanging more and more, I'm like, yeah, maybe you might have to. It's like, I don't know. It might be very uncomfortable.
Well, some will tighten it more, and you know
Yeah.
that.
Well, and that's what
Some
I'm
will tighten
hoping,
it. May not be all, but
with the exercise and all. Because Lord knows my abdominal muscles are practically non existent. So I really need to work on that. And then I really need to work on my strengthening my Achilles tendons that I've had ruptured. and my flabby bat wings that I have on my arms. So, but I guess
Your tablings.
everybody has areas that they want to target when they exercise. But the
Oh
main
yeah,
thing is to use your core muscles because that's what helps you be able to walk, you know. But
yeah, yeah. My core is non-existent.
and I have a problem with my
That's
right
one big thing.
shoulder. I don't know what I did to it, but I mean, I can move my left shoulder so much better than I can move my right shoulder. And sometimes I'll do something and I'll be like, oh, that hurt. you know, you
Yeah,
have to be careful. But I have found some exercises that you can do laying in the bed for, like instead of having to lay on the ground, you can actually do
oh,
them in the
okay.
bed. But I don't think I want to video that. So I think that will just be kind of my
Yeah.
morning stretches that I do in the bed on my own. And I may video other things, but I don't think I'm going to video that. I don't know. But when I was doing
I'm just
the
enjoying
workout
this.
exercises before I fell and all, I was really getting to where I missed it when if I didn't do it. It was like I didn't feel like, oh God, I have to do this. It was like I want to do
Uh-huh.
it because it made me feel good.
Oh, good.
So hopefully it'll do that again too, and I'll be enjoying doing it.
Well, it sounds like people are coming to do it with you on a regular, so that's wonderful.
Yeah,
That's
I had
wonderful.
Tiff 420 commented and said that she did it this morning too. I was like, oh
Oh,
wow, great.
yay! I love me some Tiff.
Which I mean, it's nice if
She's a
other
cutie.
people watch it and like it, but I'm doing it for me and to hold myself accountable because
Yeah,
I know that when I make a commitment to do something like that, it just helps me. If I feel like I've made that commitment to somebody other than just myself, which I know I have to get to where I can just make it to myself and not worry about anybody else. But for right now, it makes me like want to do it because yeah, you made the commitment. So,
right.
but I know I'm doing it for myself, definitely for myself, and I want to do it for myself. That's the weird thing that I actually want to do it. Um,
Well, yeah, and I'm going to say it again. You're making ripples. You're getting people to want to do it with you.
yeah.
So, you know, that's helping their physical and mental health, with just you up there just
Yeah.
doing it. And you have models legs.
Yeah, I got really skinny.
You
I
really
got
do.
really skinny legs. I've never had big legs. I've always had little legs, but I really have little legs now. I mean, it's like I definitely you lose weight all over your body and you don't get to say where you're going to lose it from. I really thought that I would lose it more around my middle, which I have lost around my middle. But, I just kind of felt like, well, you'll lose it, where you want to lose it, and you don't. I mean, I've lost in my neck and my my collarbones and stuff like
Hmm.
that I never even thought about that I would lose weight there. My hands,
And like we mentioned before, your
my
feet.
feet, my wrist. I mean, I went down a whole shoe
Uh-huh.
size in shoes. So, it's that kind of stuff that you don't really think about. And then it's like, I've lost 99 pounds and I still have a gut, like,
Wow.
come on, lose some more around the gut. But I mean, like I've had to buy smaller underwear, um, and I can wear.
Oh yeah. You have to get a whole new wardrobe.
Before, I always wore pants that had elastic waist or drawstring waist. And I had bought a pair of yellow capri pants at Goodwill that has a button and a zipper. And I forgot I had them. I had put them in the
Oh.
closet and I totally forgot about them. Well, I saw them the other day and I was like, let me see. And they're too big in the butt now. So I kind of missed the boat on those. But it's like it went from being too small to now it's too big. But that's another thing I need to do is take the time to go through my closet, because even some of the stuff that I bought while I've been losing weight is not going to fit me, like next winter, this coming winter. The stuff that I bought last winter is a couple sizes too big now, It's like,
Right.
And that's why I get so much my clothes at Goodwill, because I know I wasn't going to wear them for long and I didn't want to, um, you know, pay full price for things that I might not even wear, for one season or whatever. So,
Yeah.
but
Or even just one
yeah, it's
time.
just weird how, for being the same size for years and years, I knew what size I was or what size I liked to buy. And now it's like you're kind of guessing, like, well, I might be this size. It's like I'm not really sure what size I really am yet. So I will go with this size and then it'll be the wrong size.
Yeah. Other had that surgery as well. And his biggest thing was the
Uh-huh.
clothes. But his biggest thing was going down a hallway. He would catch himself,
Turning.
somebody coming
Yeah.
at him, he would catch himself turning sideways and letting them go
Yeah.
by. He goes, I didn't realize I was small enough we could both just keep going down the
Well,
hallway.
even like sitting in my car, I had to move my seat up
Uh-huh.
because I had my seat back because of my stomach in the way of the steering wheel.
Uh-huh.
And I guess I just got used to driving with my legs stretched out, you know, to reach the
Uh-huh.
pedals. And then all of a sudden it was like, I don't need the seat back so far. Let me move the seat up a little bit so I can reach the pedals better. But it's just really weird. And I used to hate to wear a seatbelt because I would feel so restricted and so, claustrophobic and
Right.
stuff. And it doesn't bother me like that now. I don't feel like that when I wear it, which is different.
Yeah, it's a whole different
It
animal, isn't
sure
it?
is. And I hate watching my old videos now. I'm like, I don't know who that person is. Not only the
Oh,
not only the
really?
physical has changed, but my mental and emotional has changed. And it's like it's weird. It's like I don't really know that person anymore. I guess I will. I guess I'll always kind of feel, you know, different about her. um,
Yeah, of course. So when you did the surgery, I mean, were you out of commission or did you do lives and stuff like that? Even
um, I probably took about a week off.
that's
Yeah,
it?
because it was really
Mm.
not a hard surgery for me. I've had several
Uh-huh.
abdominal surgeries, and so I was expecting it to feel like that, and it was like nothing compared to that. And so
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
so I like recovered from the initial surgery pretty fast. The only thing was, I had to
Okay.
try to get my protein in and get my water in and stuff like that. So, I mean, I wasn't doing a whole lot of stuff, but it didn't put me completely out of commission.
Yeah, but the first little bit, it's just it's almost an obsession with getting protein
Yeah.
in. You know what I mean?
Well, and
Right after. Um, huh?
it's kind of funny how, you know, I was scared about the stitches inside my stomach. Like, I was afraid to put anything in there because I didn't want anything to happen to my stitches. And,
Right,
and it was, and I thought it was going to hurt to drink something. Like, I thought it was going
right.
to feel different in my stomach. And it did, to me, it didn't. I didn't really notice that much of a difference. Of course,
Oh, okay. So carbonated didn't
well,
get to
I
you,
didn't do carbonated at first.
or were you good about
Yeah, I
staying away
stayed
from
away
it?
from it for a good while.
Oh, okay.
But even just, the liquid, I just didn't take that much in at a time. I just little sips of it, and it
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
really, it didn't really bother me. But I felt a lot better. And being that I did it last year in July, I had the baby. Uh, her mom was going to be able to have her while I was having the surgery, but I had to have her back for that last week of July. And I had my surgery on July the 8th. So I don't even
Uh-huh.
think I took 2 weeks of not having the baby. I think I had her back before the 2 weeks was up. And then I just
Wow.
couldn't lift her, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
But other than that, I was up taking care of her. And I had torn my Achilles tendon uh, 3 months, a little over 3 months before the surgery. And I was actually more incapacitated with that boot on than I was from the surgery.
Oh my gosh.
Because the
Well,
boot
let's see. And that's
it
painful.
just
That
made
is
it to where I
painful.
didn't
I
want to
understand.
do anything. It zapped, and then having to lug that boot around, it just really messed with my energy and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And so I was like, yeah, I'm over this. But luckily, I kept going to my appointments, and I kept asking the weight loss surgeon. I'm like, "Are you going to do the surgery if I still got my boot on?" And he was like, "Well, we'll see, but you need to try to get it off." And my orthopedic doctor was like, "No, you have to wear it. Like we can't just take it off." And I'm like, "You don't understand. I'm having surgery. I need to be able to be out of this boot." And I ended up like the week before surgery, they let me out of my boot. So I didn't have it on.
And they don't, some doctors don't realize how much planning it takes to do those kind of surgeries. It's not like you just go in and
Well,
do
and
it.
mine
You know what I
mine
mean?
too is that, I had only a limited window that my daughter wouldn't be at work and I could not have the baby. It was like it
Right,
wasn't just, oh, you have any and you can do it anytime. It was like, no, it needs to be
right.
before this month is out. And then like when I had torn the right Achilles tendon, I did have surgery on it, and I had to do it during Christmas break while because my daughter was in college, and we had to go to Atlanta to the hospital and the doctor in Atlanta, and so I needed her to be able to drive me. So I couldn't, I had to do it around when she was out of school, and then too
Right.
I had I had met my deductible, and so I needed to have it done before the end of the year. And I had told them, I had to have it done. So she had to go back to school in like January 8th. They thought I said I wanted to do it on January 8th. And so here they call me and they're like, okay, do your pre-op on the 6th. And I'm like, the 6th? When's my surgery? The 8th? Like you wanted it. I'm like, no, 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 no. I have to be done by the 8th. It's like my daughter has to be back in school on the 8th, and she can't drive me back and forth to Atlanta if she's in school. It's like, no, that's not going to work. And
Right.
I said, and I've already met my deductible, and so I don't want to have to do that or whatever. And they were like, well, there's a lot of other people that need to have that surgery too. And I'm like, or need to have surgery before the end of the year too. And I'm like, I don't care. I got this done, or I'm not going to have surgery. And so
Here's a, I
they
don't
they
care.
eventually, got it together, and I think I had it like the day after Christmas. All right, Miss
Day after
Stephanie, thank you
Christmas.
for coming in. Have a blessed evening, my friend. But yeah, I was like, okay, you don't understand. It's not just me wanting to have it done. I got to have transportation, and she'll be there to take care of me, when I come home. And I won't have to pay my deductible again. And, it was just like so many reasons I needed to have it done,
Right.
you know. And they're like, well, there's not other people in it. And my daughter and I actually got into a little bit of an argument because when she came in and I was telling her, well, they screwed up and that, and I might not be able to get it done in time. And she was like, well, you're getting it done. And I'm like, well, I'm just saying, it's not maybe going to go like I had thought it would go or whatever. And she was like, well, it doesn't matter. You're still having it done. So luckily it worked all out. I had it done. But see,
It was meant to
I let
be.
that one heal up by itself too, like I did the left side, but it healed too long. And so I was dragging my foot and couldn't do that. So it was like, nope, you got to have surgery and have it fixed. But the second time I did
Ouch.
it, I was like, I want to try, with the boot. So I didn't want to have the surgery. And luckily, I didn't even have to do rehab or nothing after I got out of the boot. I did, but I did it all on my own. I didn't have to go to the rehab.
Okay, so they didn't set you up with
Yeah,
PT, physical therapy,
uh-uh.
or anything?
I just did it on my own because I'd done been through it with the other side, so I knew what I had to do. But it's like, okay, and now I've had them both torn, and when you tear it like makes a pop. It's like a snap and a pop,
Really?
And I mean, the first time it happened, I didn't really know what it was, but after you've had it once, you definitely know what it is when you do it again. And so as soon as I stepped off the curb and put my foot down and it went pop, snap, I was like, oh no. And I was
Wow.
stuck. I could not put my weight on it or anything. And we were going to church, and there was supposed to be a special guest speaker that day at church. And I was like, I want to go to church first, and then I'll go to the emergency room. And get to the church, and I can't get out of the car because I can't put my weight on my foot. And I'm like, okay,
Right.
forget it. I can't go in church. I got to go to the emergency. And then I had to get in a wheelchair, and
Yeah, you still got to get out of
yeah,
the car. Doesn't matter
yeah.
where you
But I mean,
are.
at least the hospital had a wheelchair, whereas the church did not. So, I mean,
Right.
I was stranded, would have been stranded at the church. So, but that just goes to show how stubborn I am. Like, I'll be in pain, but I want to hear this speaker, so I'm going. But being it was on a Sunday during church time, there was nobody in the emergency room. So
Oh
I got
no.
right in because this is the Bible Belt, you know. These people are serious about
Oh
going to
yeah.
church. You meet somebody, and that's probably the first thing they're going to ask you is, what church do you belong to? So I was like, why aren't you in church? What are you doing in the
Yeah.
emergency room?
Yeah. I don't think I've ever been asked that. You
Well,
know,
and
around here they don't
I,
talk about that kind of stuff.
I was raised Lutheran, which is pretty much Indiana and Kentucky. They don't have it. I mean, they have
Okay.
it here because, like, there's a paper mill, and a lot of people from up north came down here to work at the paper mill, and they ended up getting
Okay.
a Lutheran pastor to come down here and have a church. But the southern
Uh-huh.
people aren't going to go to a Lutheran church. So it's just kind of like it's hard to find a Lutheran church here. It's mostly Baptist here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. My grandparents were raised Pentecostal.
Okay.
Everybody says that.
Well,
Ugh.
I only say that because when I was a kid, I went to church with a friend and they were Pentecostal. And I was like, what is
Uh-huh.
going on here? These people are
Uh-huh.
just, it was,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They're quite
yeah, it was
excitable.
totally different. Lutheran is an
Yeah.
offshoot of Catholic. So it's very, prim and proper and not rituals, but tradition, and you do
Uh-huh.
certain things certain times, and there's a certain way you go about things. And if you're raised that way, that
Right.
seems normal and seems, so
Right.
then when you come down here and they don't have that, then it's really, so needless to say, I've lived here since 1986, and I've gone to several different churches, but I've never found a church that I was 100% comfortable at.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Well, my mother never was one to do churches. You
I
know,
just don't, I
she
don't
just
like,
she was one of those that says just follow the golden rule. Just follow the golden rule. You'll be okay. One of those
yeah.
kind of things. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, I
So,
believe in the Bible and I believe in God, but I don't believe that God intended for man to make as many religions as there are. And I don't believe I need a minister or priest for me to be able to talk to God. I believe I can talk to him myself.
yeah,
And um, and that's the main reason that Lutherans broke away from the Catholic Church, because they didn't want, well, they wanted not to have to be priests, they wanted to be able to be married, and they wanted to
right.
be able to do group confession, like, I confess all my sins instead of I did this and I did that, and I, the Catholics want you to tell everything you did.
Details,
Yeah.
details.
And the Lutherans were kind of like, yeah, we'll just say we're sorry for everything. Everybody can say everybody's a sinner and everybody is sorry. And we don't have to get
Yeah,
specifics. So, and then again,
yeah. My mother was very open about me. I went to a lot of different churches when I was a kid. You know, trying to see what was going
yeah,
on. She was very open with me, just going and looking and you know hearing and seeing what I saw, and we were never. But California's not in the Bible Belt.
Yeah,
Just to be
yeah.
blunt.
It's definitely different, but and then
Yeah.
even here, I call them country club churches, where if you have enough money, they will definitely accept you into their church. And a lot of the churches down here, they want the children, but they don't want the adults.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like,
That's
yeah,
scary, but
yeah.
okay.
And I mean, we would have neighbors, and they would be active in a church, and they would want to invite my daughter to
Uh-huh.
go, and I'd be like, well, that's fine, but I have to go too, because I have to know, what's what. And I went, and they always had these big elaborate parties, and I'm like, where's all this money coming from? I mean, because they just overdid it, anyway.
Right.
So
Sounds kind of love bombing too, if you
yeah,
ask me.
and so I go one day, and I'm sitting there, and they say, well, after the service, we're going to have a business meeting. And I'm like, okay.
Okay.
And I'm sitting in this business meeting, and people are saying, oh, we got to grow our church, and we need to do outreach, and we need to do this, and we need to do that. And do you know that no one even spoke to me? No one said, who is this woman? Why is she here? And I'm like, if you want to grow your
Really?
church and you got somebody that you don't know, that would be the first person you need to talk to, because, you know, I might have wanted to become.
Well, just out of nosiness, I would say, excuse
Yeah.
me, who are you?
But I mean, it was so weird. It was like, and it was, I felt like, well, we'll take your child, but we don't need you. And even her little friends' parents acted like they didn't know who I was. And yet they'd been to my house before that. And I mean, I wouldn't have let my kid go there if I didn't know the people. You know what I'm saying? It's like really, really
Right.
strange. I was like, yeah, no.
That's kind of
Yeah.
creepy.
And they wanted my daughter to, I don't know how much you know about Baptists, but they really push um, memorizing Bible verses, which is, I
Okay.
mean, I'm trying to memorize some right now. There's nothing wrong with memorizing them, but you don't do it to the point that the kid is like, I don't want to go because I don't have my verse memorized. You know,
Right.
you got schoolwork that you need to be doing. And, to them, that was more important than anything else. And I'm like, no. And I guess I was kind of raised with the idea that you have a Bible. If you want to look up a verse, look it up in the Bible. You don't have to have it memorized. But I understand
Right.
now that it's so that you can comfort yourself with the verse without having to be somewhere with the Bible. Like, in other words, if you're driving down the road in the car and something happens, and you can, recite it
Recite it to
recite it to
yourself.
yourself to calm yourself down or make you feel better. And you're not going to necessarily have your Bible out while you're driving. um, but it's just different. And I guess that's how it is with all religions. If it's not what you're used to or what you grew up being doing, it's going to seem odd to you or different.
Yeah, you have to be comfortable with it. You have to be comfortable with it, or it's not fitting,
Yeah.
And there's so many different beliefs out there and so many different um, ideas that
And I think
there's something that will fit
that's
you.
what it is.
There's
It's,
something that will fit you.
that's what it is too, is that everybody, um, you're comfortable with what you're comfortable with, and you're not comfortable with what
Exactly.
you're not comfortable with. And
Exactly.
I don't guess until you really find the right place. I saw something the other day said, quit looking for the perfect church. Just, you know, go and worship, But to me, it's kind of like you don't want to feel like a stranger after you've been going there. You want to go somewhere where you're going
Right.
to have um, something in common with the people.
Like cheers, where everybody knows your
Yeah,
name.
yeah, you know. You don't want to feel like, oh, I'm the outsider.
Right. Well, especially if they don't even ask who you are.
Yeah, and act like,
I mean, at least say, okay, so whose kid is
yeah,
yours or something.
something. How'd you find out about us? Who brought you? Who,
Uh-huh.
something. I don't know. It was just really weird. And that was back when, you heard a lot about the Catholic priests and, you know,
Oh yeah, when all that ugliness was
yeah,
going on.
and it's kind of like,
Yeah.
I don't want you to want my child. It's like, I'm sorry,
Right.
but no, I can teach her about God without putting her in danger.
Right.
So, and then too, my ex husband, I think he was raised Baptist. I'm not sure, but he really wasn't a
He was what?
practicing, Baptist. He didn't
Uh,
really go to church. He went with me because I wanted to have my daughter baptized, and so
okay.
we did go to the Lutheran church long enough but I didn't have her baptized till she was like 3 years old. So, because when she was a baby, I
Okay.
didn't even know that there was a Lutheran church here. And that's what Lutherans, they baptize babies, and then you have to be confirmed when you're old enough to join the church yourself
Do your
as a
confirmation.
yeah, as an adult. So, which a lot of Baptists,
Yeah.
they want you to be baptized as an adult, which I guess it
Yeah.
each each religion has their own ideas about all of that.
Yeah. I don't remember any of my family ever being baptized. Not that it's good, bad, and different. It's just that's just not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of the denominations don't even do baptism ever. Like not as a child or as an adult.
I know I have pictures of when they were doing it, you know, when my grandparents were kids, and you could see them doing it in the river,
Uh huh.
and stuff like that. But none of my family,
Yeah, it's
my my immediate family, my distant family now, they were all true Pentecostal,
mhm.
the classic, you know, tongues and the whole 9 yards. And if you're not ready for it, whew,
Yeah.
you're not ready for it. It's a start.
And I think I just kind of pulled away from organized religion and um, didn't really, want to be part of organized religion. There's so much drama, in churches too.
Yeah.
Then you hear about,
Oh yeah.
ministers having affairs with their congregation members, and
Parishioners. Yeah.
it's just like, ugh. Which they're human too. So I think a lot of people put their ministers and pastors, up on a pedestal, but really they're just human too.
Right.
I did like my pastor when I was a teenager, but I didn't like him because of what kind of minister he was. I liked him because he was a really neat person. He was into
Oh,
photography.
okay.
And
Oh,
so,
okay.
like, when we would have like our youth group things, we would do a lot of stuff with photography. And um, he drank martinis. I have weird memories of him, but he had a boy about my brother's age, and then a daughter a couple of years
Okay.
younger than that, and then they had two twin boys. Uh, and so I used to always hold one of the boys during church, and it was Thomas and Andrew, and they just had their 50th birthday. So that means
Oh,
I would have
really?
been 12 when I was watching them. Um, but I really liked him as a person. It wasn't so much about him as a minister. He was just a really neat person. I worked at a pizza place when I was 18, and he would order a
Okay.
pizza with ham and pineapple.
Okay.
And I didn't know that about him, that's the kind of pizza he liked. And one night he had this order for this ham and pineapple pizza, and everybody was like, can't wait to see who comes and picks that up. And so then when he came, I was like, oh, I know him. It's like, that's my minister. It's like, that's so weird. I don't know why I found that really weird, but and he was like, well,
I like ham and pineapple
yeah,
on
I do
pizza.
too. He was
I
like, don't
do.
knock it till you tried it. So the next time we had pizza at the youth group, he was like, all right, I want everybody to try ham and pineapple. And it was actually really good. But he was the only person that ever ordered it from that particular pizza place, that I knew. Hi, Ivy Pearl.
Right.
Welcome.
I didn't even look that. Sorry, folks. I'm into this coloring and
I
talking.
know. I love it. So relaxing.
Uh huh. I'm on my third picture.
My goodness, you're fast. But look at mine is I have so many things to color that
Yeah,
I'm
there you
really
go.
taking my time picking the colors.
Good.
So
It'll be just the way
it's
you want
taken
it.
me a long time to get it together here.
I'm just kind of doing mine in like rainbows.
What books are you both coloring? Okay, mine came out of this book, which is called Mindful
Oh,
Coloring Book, Creative Coloring for Mindful Relaxation.
mine I printed off the internet. It said printable
Oh,
colors.
cool. Oops. There goes my pencil. And I know most people keep their pages in the book, but I like turning mine all around, so I take it out.
Oh, that's a book.
I'm like, I don't know how they do it with it in the book.
Yeah, and you've got that lump where the books are hooked
Uh-huh.
together, the pages
Yeah.
are. Uh-huh. It gets in the way.
And then it's like, oh, okay, I can't get around that. I can't do that how I want to do it.
Uh-huh.
But most of them do that. Coloring channels, most of them color in the book. And then that way, when they do their showing what it's been colored, they're, flipping the pages. Hi, Dizzy
Oh yeah.
Pop. We were talking about you. Were your ears burning?
Oh. Oh. Oh, Izzy, I'm sorry you gotta have a headache.
Aw.
I mean, I apologize. I'm sorry about that. I don't want you hurting.
No, I hate headaches.
Rest yourself, hon. Rest your eyes. You can just listen to us ramble. We're just chit-chatting here and doing our version of AI
Right.
here.
This is our AI.
That's it. Who's happy? Yay! There you go. This might really like yours.
So it was so weird this morning not having to have the baby. It
Oh
was like,
yeah, especially when you're waking up.
yeah. And I'm like, why did I wake up? What am I, it's like, what am I supposed to be doing? No, I don't have to do anything. She does have 3 days next week that I'll have to pick her up from school. She's got meetings to stay after school. So I'll be picking up through the car rider lane. Haven't done that since my daughter was in grade school. So that'll be an experience.
Wow,
That will be fun.
a new adventure,
Yeah,
a new old adventure, I guess.
yeah. And see, when my daughter was in
Uh,
elementary school, I would have to I'd get off in the morning because I worked overnight. I'd get off in the morning. I'd go home. I'd get her up, get her dressed, feed her breakfast, drive her to the school. Then I would go home and I would try to sleep until it was time to go pick her back up. And
uh-huh.
most days, by the time I actually got relaxed and enough to sleep, I might sleep for an hour and then I had to go pick her up. And then I would do, homework, dinner, bath. I'd get her in bed about 8:30, and I had to be to work at 10 o'clock. So I had to leave like at about 9:40 ish. So I would try sometimes to get myself a little nap for about an hour before after I put her to bed before I went to work. And I would be so tired the next day and think, surely I will go to sleep. I'd get in the bed and my mind would think of everything but sleep.
Right.
So there was plenty,
And then the classic, don't sleep too late because you know you have to blah, blah,
yeah,
blah, 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 blah,
and there
blah.
was plenty of days that my body was like, "Oh my God, we're not going to make it," you know. But I did. I always made it. But now I know it was dangerous driving half asleep or feeling like I was, going to fall asleep at the wheel. That was not smart, you
Right.
know.
It's amazing though what we can do.
Yeah.
It's amazing what we can do. It's like, oh, I can't do it, and then, well, one more thing,
It's
just
like
one more thing, just
just
one more
till
thing.
this happens, just till that happens, or whatever. It's
Uh
like
huh.
you make deals
Uh
with
huh.
yourself. Like I can do it.
Yeah.
I only have to.
Okay. As soon as I get this done, I'll
Yeah.
rest. As soon as I get this done, I can sit down and calm down.
Yeah. It's amazing what you can do if you just keep pushing yourself. But I didn't have anybody I trusted with my daughter, you know. So
Uh huh.
I didn't, I just didn't have anybody give me a break or anything. I had to do it. And so that was one thing with my
Right.
daughter. I was like, look, I want you to have a social life. I want you to have friends. I want you and your husband to have date night. I want, not only do I want to spend time with my granddaughter, but I want to help my daughter have a life other than just mom and work. You know, I wanted
Right.
her to be able to actually enjoy life. And
Right.
a lot of her teacher friends are like, you just don't know how lucky you are to have a mom that'll watch her whenever for whatever. Like, it doesn't even have to be a reason. It can just be, I need a break, or, um, and I sometimes I can even sense it when she needs it, and I'll just be like, "Hey, how about I let her spend the night tonight?" Or whatever, and she'll be like, "Oh yes," and like
But also, it helps with your grandbaby too, because she's not around, extra tension or
oh
anything like
yeah,
that. That's not her fault.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, even when I stayed with them, when she was a newborn, I know how my daughter is. She can't function without sleep. And I was like so afraid
Okay.
that she would get so overtired, that she might just go to sleep and then not hear the baby wake up. And I was
Right.
like, yeah, I would rather be there at night and make sure that I'm there to take care of the baby and let you get a good night's sleep. And then you'll be able to take care of her in the daytime and I'll sleep. And it worked.
Well, especially you working those weird shifts for all those
Yeah. I
years
mean, it
too.
was nothing for me to stay
It's
up all
not.
night. It was nothing.
Yeah.
And Nana, she's a labor and delivery nurse and she works overnight. So even when she would come and stay with the baby and give me a break, it was nothing for her to stay up all night. We just, we're
Right.
night people. So, I mean, it worked out great. And it's something I can do. It doesn't cost me anything. I don't have a lot of resources to be able to help, but I can give her my time, you know. I
Right.
can,
Which is a beautiful
I can
thing.
be there to tell her,
Which is a beautiful
don't
thing.
lose yourself. Don't just be like I was, have life. When the baby, is grown up and starts having their own life, then you don't even have a life because you've done spent all your time taking care of them. I'm like, you still need to not
Right.
just be a mom and a teacher. You got to be an Allison, and stuff. And then too, for
Right.
her husband, they need time together. They don't, I mean, and yes, he loves the baby and he wants to be with the baby, but even once a month, just to be able to have an adult conversation, you know?
Right. Right.
And it's like they haven't done it recently, but they used to, because they like K-pop, and so they would go to a K-pop concert for their they'd plan it, you know, around their wedding anniversary, and that would be like their how
Okay.
they celebrated their anniversary. Would they would go to Atlanta and go to a concert, and I was like,
Oh,
you
that's
know,
nice.
when you have the baby, you can still do that. You know, I can keep her for the weekend, you know, or whatever. Because if I had had somebody who would have offered to do that for me, I would have taken him up on it, you know, but I didn't have any family near, and I didn't really trust anybody, you know. So I wanted her to know, you know, you just let me help you.
Right. Well, when my son was small, uh, his dad got off work at like 2. So he would get home at about 4 in the morning.
Oh,
And so he would take the 4 or 5 o'clock feeding, whatever feeding it was. So it gave me that, I could sleep almost 5 hours in a row. So
yeah.
yeah, so that's the way we did it. And he grabbed that feeding, and I went, oh, you could just do that for me. If you could just do that for me.
Because, you know, that's the thing. It's not just not getting sleep, but it's not getting quality sleep together. You know, if you're just getting an hour here and an hour there, after a while, that doesn't add up to enough, you know.
Well, and my son was born preemie. So when I got him home, the doctor had me. This is old school doctors had me setting my alarm to feed him every 3 hours.
Oh, yeah.
So by the time you feed him and get him all settled, get his pamper cleaned and all that stuff, and get him all settled, you only got about an hour, and it's time to feed
Yeah.
him again. You know, you didn't wait for him to wake up and say he was hungry. You woke him up and you fed him. And so it was. It's what you do,
Yeah.
though. It's what you do. And then I don't know about you, but I would wake up just out of the clear blue and just reach over, feel like who's still breathing.
Well, see,
Did you do that?
I didn't let her sleep in the bed with us because I was afraid I would roll over and, you know,
I had one of those little bassinets, the little handle
yeah.
bassinets,
Well,
so
see, if I had
he
been
would sleep in the
smart,
bassinet
'cause that's what
on the
my
bed.
daughter did too. She had the bassinet beside the bed, and then that way, you know. But
Uh-huh.
yeah. Oh, I would sit there many a nights, especially like if she had a cold or something, and I'd be like, I'm gonna make sure
Uh-huh.
she's breathing.
Breathe in. The nose is clean so they can
Yeah.
breathe. Yeah. Uh-huh.
My daughter was very healthy though. She never really she had a few ear infections as a kid, but she didn't
Uh-huh.
really, and then too, I mean, I kept her with me so she didn't get all the germs from all the kids. Um, and I don't think it was even that bad when she finally did start kindergarten. I don't remember her being like, you know, having a lot of stuff wrong with her, but and she never had a broken bone. She never had to have stitches. She never had any surgery. She was never hospitalized. I mean, you know,
Wow.
she just,
She wasn't a tomboy?
no, she
Okay.
she played with her Barbies, and she loved stuffed animals and stuff like that. But yeah,
Uh-huh.
she, you know, she never really did anything that got her hurt or nothing, which is good. I mean, but I can remember her. playing like, oh, I have a broken arm or I have a broken leg. It's like, oh, believe me, if you actually had one, it wouldn't be a fun playing thing, you know.
Right.
But because she never did have anything like that, you know, that's what she thought would be fun. It's kind of like my granddaughter and
Yeah,
glasses.
because I always played with the boys. I always played with the
She
boys.
likes glasses because we wear glasses. You know,
Oh,
it's like,
okay.
yeah, but you don't need glasses yet. You know, it's like, pray that you don't need glasses. But, you know, she's all the time, I need glasses. And she'll get sunglasses, and I don't know how many pairs of sunglasses she's had, and she'll leave them somewhere or step on
Oh, of course.
them or, you know, whatever. It's like, okay, you can do that when you have real glasses. She got a baby doll for her birthday that has a broken arm and has a little sling and comes with all the doctor stuff. And
Oh,
she
okay.
thoroughly loved that. She's gonna want to be a doctor or a dentist or a nurse or something like that because she loves all that kind of stuff.
Well, she kind of is.
No, not my daughter,
You
my
know, she's
granddaughter.
kind of taking care of it.
My
Oh, your
granddaughter.
granddaughter.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
is she baby? She's got that caring side that you and your daughter have. You know
Yeah,
what I
she
mean?
might.
She may carry it forward.
She's so funny though. My daughter used to play restaurant, and it was like she only had so much play food. So no matter what you ordered, like she would tell you it was whatever, even though it might look like something else, you know. That is that, you know. It's like, no, I asked for such and such. Well, that is that. That's what that is, you know. So anyway, she would always, you know, have
Pretend,
her little
Mom.
notepad and her pen, and you know, she'd come to the table, okay, what would you like, and this and that. So now the baby plays that, and she'll just come up to you and she'll say, what are you gonna eat? I don't know what I want. And I'll say, well, what do you have? I can make anything you want. And then you say something and she'll say, oh, I don't have that. It's like, you just said you could make anything I wanted, you know. It's funny though. But my granddaughter is a lot like my daughter was. And my daughter is starting to see it too, that she has a lot of my daughter's personality. But she also has a lot of my son in law too.
Oh, okay,
And
that's good.
sometimes she'll be doing something and we'll both look at each other and be like, yep, that's her daddy. That right there, that's her daddy. She likes to give you like weird eyebrow expressions and kind of cut her eyes to the side and stuff. And her daddy does that. And sometimes when she does it, it's like she looks exactly like her daddy. I mean, you're just like, oh, there, that's her daddy. That's him. It's funny.
Kids are amazing. They're
Yeah.
amazing. And I'm so glad she's nearby where you can enjoy this
Oh, I
time.
know.
You know, that's a blessing right
I
there.
could never move away from her, especially not now. I might have could if I wasn't so bonded to her, but now, that would drive me insane. And she today on the phone, she was like, "Granny, when are you coming over?" And I'm like, I think I'm picking you up Wednesday. She said, Wednesday? You don't want to come tonight? I'm like, no, I got something to do tonight. Well, what about
Oh,
tomorrow night? I
uh,
said, well, I got something to do tomorrow night too. I said, I don't have nothing Wednesday night. I'll be there Wednesday. I said, if she had her way, I'd be there every day.
oh, of
Yeah.
course. Well, you're a big part, and you've been a big
Yeah.
part.
And then it's so funny if she knows I'm on my way going there, it's like she knows how long it should take me to get there. And if it takes me longer than that, I'll come in and she'll say, Granny, you're late. Like, gee, I didn't know I had a time limit to get here.
Right?
You're late. It's like, well, I'm so sorry. My gosh, it's 11 o'clock.
It's
11
what?
o'clock?
We've been
We've
doing
been
this for
on
two
here doing
hours.
this chit chatting and coloring for 2 hours. See how fast time flies? You be coloring?
It's very
It
calming.
is.
It's very calming.
I thoroughly enjoy it. That's why I'm like, I can't do it because I will be lost. And that's like Suno. I mean, I can only go on Suno once in a while because I get on there and I don't know when to get off. I'll be like, okay, you got 10 versions of the same freaking song. That's enough. And then I'll be like, well, they didn't give me a jazz version. Let me try one more time and see if it
Right?
gives me jazz. And then I've even asked it to give me whatever kind it hasn't given. Okay, if you're not going to offer it to me, I'm going to have to request it. Now, I would like to hear what it's like if it
Right?
was jazz. I'm horrible. And then it might be, I might not like one word in the lyric.
Oh, yeah.
And I haven't figured out yet how to go in there and just change a word. And I'll be like, nope, nope, let me change my prompt. Let me tell it something else. Get
Uh-huh.
a different version now. I don't like that. Oh, no, it's funny. For somebody who was afraid of AI and didn't think they were creative, it's like I can get in there and just really get into it, you know?
Right.
And my friend Tia, she had come on one of my or watched one of my videos and heard a song in there or whatever, and she was like, how'd you do that? And I said, oh, that's Suno. And she was like, oh, I want to do it. And she went on there and she wrote her theme song. Well, so today in her live,
Okay.
she was talking about something and she said, y'all are just the bomb.com. And she said, oh, I got to write a song about that. Y'all are the bomb.com. So she did. So now we have her theme song and we have the bomb.com song.
There you
And I'm
go.
like, oh. She's like, if you hadn't shown me or told me about
Yeah,
that,
it's a non-ending. You can just
yeah.
now. Are you going to try to do another one of those Suno
Yeah.
shows? Okay.
Um,
So Scully, Izzy, if you're still here,
there's Daisy May. Hi, Daisy May.
if you can press it.
I was
Hi,
I was
Daisy
talking
May.
about your how nice it is where you live with the water and how cool it was the sunrise this morning with the water at the ocean. I really liked that. That was really relaxing and pretty. Yeah, I don't remember what day I decided I was going to do it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So Scully, Izzy, if you're still here, I know you two write some interesting songs and have, you know, put some love into it. Me, if I write songs, it's more whimsical.
Well, but see, that's the thing. You can, make it to fit whatever you want. I even have some that are just
Yeah.
music, that I've been putting, like, if I'm talking in the video, but I don't want to have like the dead air when I'm not talking, then I'll
Uh-huh.
put like the music and just turn it down a little bit. And then, you can hear it, but it's not like real loud. So I'm even making some just like instrumentals just for that.
Most of mine I've done is instrumentals. Just,
But
you
now
know.
that I'm monetized, you got to be so careful about the copyright stuff that I just as soon make my own and then I don't have to worry about it. So I can
Exactly.
just, whatever I want to have.
Exactly.
If I want a song for something, I just go write a song. And I did the free version
Excuse me.
for, I don't know, a couple of days, and I used up all my credits. And then I was like, well, I guess it's
Uh-oh.
worth $10 to me to be able to do more. So then I got the $10 version. I'm
Okay.
like,
Is that working
yeah.
for you? Okay. Yeah, I don't write that many songs.
Well, I guess when you have more
Maybe
credits,
one a
then you're
week,
like,
maybe.
oh, well, okay. See, it doesn't cost me any more to do more. I can pay my $10 no matter what, and I'll
Right.
just keep doing more and more and more. But it's a creative outlet, and I love music. I just don't. I wasn't given
Uh-huh.
much talent in the musical department, but I have a great music appreciation. I love people that are talented and can play instruments and
Oh yeah.
sing and all of that. So I definitely have a lot of appreciation
My
for
my talent is a kazoo. You just hum into it, right?
it. Well, I played the
Uh,
clarinet and I was in the marching
okay.
band, and it's kind of hard to march and play the clarinet, but I did. And I've taken organ lessons. Oh, but I started out playing the viola, and that did not
Wow.
work out.
Okay.
So then I switched from orchestra to band and did the clarinet. And
Okay.
then I did the organ on my own. I didn't do that, at school or whatever. But um, and I mean, I could play halfway, but I don't have a lot of rhythm, and I don't can't keep a tune, going too well unless it's like a song that I really know. You know how some people can just hear a song and then go to the piano and play it? No, not
Right.
yeah, that's not me.
Yeah. Well, I'm part of that era that every person walked around with a guitar, and every single male knew how to play Free
Ah,
Bird. And so I was part of that era, so I learned how to play
hi,
guitar. I have a
Lloyd.
guitar back here.
Welcome. She said, "Oh my God, just now got on Facebook and checking messages. What a pleasure to hear you two lovely ladies' voices." We've been on here for 2 hours chit chatting, hollering.
Yeah. Who is this,
Yeah,
Ned?
Ned.
Hi, Nisha. I left a couple messages, but I know how you are, so I'm not uh, I'm not offended. You get to them when you get to them. But how are you feeling, sweetie? Is it cooling off for you? She's been living in a warm situation.
Ooh.
and you know how that is
Miserable.
when it gets hot and sweaty.
I
Ugh,
hate that.
you should write a song about that. Getting hot and
Yeah.
sweaty. Anyway, my turn not to be too funny. Might get a little risque. So we've been just coloring here. What time is it now?
It's 11:11.
Do you know where your mother's on? Yes, they're coloring on YouTube.
That's so funny though. She'll say, "Do you have a live tonight?" And I'll say, "Yeah, why?" "I don't know. Just wonder." I'm like, "You gonna come to it?" "No, probably not." Or she'll say, "What are you doing tonight on your live?" And I'll tell her, and she'll be like, "Okay." I'm like, "You don't have to,
Who, your
yeah."
daughter?
It's like, "You don't have to come in there if you don't want
Yeah,
to. It's okay. I understand."
yeah. It doesn't quite understand it either. It's
Well,
like, I'll say whatever.
and then Mary over at Blester Crochet went on TikTok,
Oh,
and she sent me a message, and she was like, "You need to get on TikTok so you can follow me." So I'm like, "Okay." So I do the TikTok thing, and my daughter sees me on TikTok, and she's like, "What the heck are you doing on TikTok?" I'm like, "Probably nothing. I don't know what I'm doing over there. I just
yeah,
my
right.
friend said do it, so I did it. Hello, Regina. Welcome. And hello, So Blessed. Very nice to see you. We are just chit chatting and coloring and having a good old time.
Yeah, I haven't played TikTok. I I haven't played
Well,
that.
I think
I
I
guess
may
I
have
should
put
figure
two
it out,
videos
but
on there, but I really didn't understand what I was doing. And I was like,
yeah,
yeah, I have enough going on with what I do to try to do that. And so
right.
I didn't do anything with it really, but I wanted to support Mary, so I was trying to get on there or whatever. But my daughter's so funny. What are you doing on TikTok? You're not going on TikTok now, are you? Like, no. I'm just playing, just having
Yeah.
fun. See, my ex-husband is 70 because he's 8 years older than me. So this past February, he turned
Uh-huh.
70. And she's like, Mama, Daddy is old. I'm like, yeah,
Okay.
he's 70, he's not a spring chicken anymore. She's like, well, but you're old, but you're not old like he is. I'm like, oh my God. It's like I got 8 years to go before I'm gonna be 70. So I
Yeah.
said, but hopefully I'm gonna live a long time.
Right. Well, and everybody ages
Yeah,
differently, you know?
yeah.
That state of mind thing, you know what I mean?
She's so funny. He's old. Well, yeah,
He's old.
he's old. And we were older parents too.
Uh-huh.
Are you coloring something you drew? No, this came out of a mindful coloring book. It says, believe in yourself. And we're just having,
Are you still coloring the same
yes.
picture?
I have a lot to do still too.
Uh-huh.
This
It's amazing. It's
it's a
beautiful.
long picture to color because it's got so many little things. I mean, it's like I can't color a big section.
A lot of
Yeah.
detail.
And I've even been trying to color if it looks like the same flower. I've been trying to color them about the same and not have to create a entirely different thing.
Crazy.
Thank you. Regina and So Blessed both say they're pretty.
See?
It's so relaxing.
This is our version of AI is what we've decided.
Oh, I would be dangerous if I started making images and videos and stuff on AI. Be like, no, that's not what I.
Well, where do you get your videos
That's not
from?
what I asked
You must
for.
get them from AI somewhere.
I get them from Canva.
Oh,
Yeah,
Canva.
I have Canva Pro. It costs me $13 a month, and I can make all kinds of things on there.
I don't know, but you're getting some beautiful butterflies. Just gorgeous.
Yeah, I sat there the other night and I made a whole bunch of different short videos and different, different things. And I lose track of time. I just be playing, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that. And that looks good. And I like that. And I definitely enjoy creating the videos. I like going live too because I like talking to people, but I mean, if I could just create videos and I would be happy.
Yeah.
Make the song and make the video.
And then have somebody else put it in, right? Download
I
it.
hate doing that part.
Right, because you're saying now you got a couple more steps.
Yeah. And see, somebody had told me that you're not supposed to schedule them ahead of time. And so for a while, I was trying not to even upload it to YouTube until I was ready to put it on. And that was a real hassle.
Okay.
And I didn't see any difference in my numbers or anything, And so I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and make them. So I'll have 4 or 5 things on Canva made, and then I'll upload them to YouTube, but I won't go ahead and schedule them yet. And then another time I sit down at the computer, I'll go ahead and I'll schedule everything that I've uploaded, But that part's just not as fun. I guess because you're not really being creative. All you're doing is hitting all the YouTube buttons, The fun part is making.
Well, they say if you put it in and you schedule it like a day or something in advance, then it gives YouTube enough time to find the algorithm it fits in. That's what they say.
Well, and
who do I know?
Definitely,
I have what?
I
have 198 followers. I really don't have much to talk about.
Well, and I put a post up for you saying
I'm just chilling here, enjoying life.
Almost to 200, y'all. Y'all need to go and subscribe to her. And then somebody shared my post onto their page. Who was that? Was that?
Yeah, Jen Marie.
Marie. Yeah. And so I was like, well,
Jen Marie.
Between
the cracks. I saw that.
But
I did a couple of shorts about her cat. So yeah. Her cat is definitely he steals her show.
Body Illusion.
So it's different. Sometimes it is
making
aggressive.
Us feel so non-productive because you just over there whipping out the coloring pages.
Oh, I did.
No,
I
because you're
did.
coloring fast, a
I
lot
finally made it to
faster than I'm
200.
coloring.
Oh,
Yes.
me? Oh, don't worry about me.
Now
Don't worry about
you
me at
color
all.
at your own pace, however you want to, but she's just saying she's
That's
feeling
it.
non-productive because
Oh my
she's not doing nothing.
God. Okay, we need some sound. Oh, we're not on my channel. We need some sound. Da 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 da
There,
da 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 da. I hit 200. Da 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 da.
that's what I'm saying. Come on, people. I got the link. Uh, it's pinned at, isn't it pinned at the top of the chat? I think it's pinned at the top of the chat. Yeah. Her link is pinned at the top of the chat. Go over and sub up to her so she can get 200. I'm thinking about doing a 3,000
Oh,
party because I'm at 27 something.
yeah, you're right there. You've been zipping right along.
So I might
You have been zipping
when
right
I hit
along.
3,000, I might do a giveaway party.
Yeah. And I just never caught a, I just never, I just never did. So I'm just kind of coasting along, singing my song. Yeah, because I hit 100 Christmas time. So,
Well, you keep coming on my channel. We'll get you up there.
well, and then I have, Izzy made me a new intro. So, and Misha has made me a new premiere. So hopefully I can get it. 30 minutes minimum between posting and going live. Yeah. Oh, really? Okay. Well, that's how long it is, right? The 30 minutes till we go
Oh,
live
Texas Regina
between those
said she's
days, right?
already connected to you, and she forgot to do a 500.
Oh, thank you,
She
honey.
forgot to do a 500 celebration. Now she's at 600. Well, you can still do a 600.
Just do it a little extra.
Yeah.
Just do it a little extra.
I don't think I even do
So I did this board, my creative board. Here, let's see if I can. Ta-da! Told you I like glitter.
that.
So,
Cool.
so it started out looking like this. And I went, oh, that's a good workspace. And then I got crazy with the glitter. So,
Yeah. If Anna East was here, she'd be like, glitter? We need glitter.
oh, I love glitter. I love
On
glitter.
Peppa the Pig, they
I'm still, in this room, I still find glitter from, I have it on walls in the bathroom and I have it on the floor here because I'll find something from your birthday. I'll finally get it up for your next birthday.
well, Peppa the Pig, they always have glitter disasters, and they have to get the vacuum cleaner out and be sucking up all the glitter and stuff. So she's all the time, do you have glitter? No, no glitter here. My daughter said she was wanting scissors to cut, and I said, well, yeah, she knows all about how to cut, paste, all that stuff. I was
Yeah. Well, I know other had to know all that stuff before he went to
well, I
kindergarten.
mean,
You know, he didn't know how to cut and paste and glue and
I told her
his ABCs and how to spell his name and
Well, I mean, I told her I was teaching her, preschool stuff, and I guess she just didn't really believe me. But now that she can see what all the kid knows, she's like, "Oh, you already taught her that." Well, yeah, what do you think we've been doing? Hello, Joan. Welcome, welcome.
Hi,
It's like we
Joan.
haven't been just sitting around doing nothing.
It's nice we trade places here because usually I'm watching her.
I know.
Isn't Joan a lot along with Star a lot? Is that the
Yeah.
Joan?
hmm
Yeah.
I was gonna have Joan on to do diamond painting, and that was the night that I ended up having the migraine. So I got to get with Joan and see when
Oh,
she can come on again, and we can do some diamond painting. I still
yeah.
haven't finished my diamond painting that I started on vacation. My daughter finished hers, but I didn't finish mine.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's so funny.
She did amazing
She
with
says
that.
I have too many hobbies, but now she likes diamond painting.
Yeah. And I tried it and I got like 3 rows in and I went, yeah. But I was also doing it for a channel that I was following at the time. And uh, I got discouraged with the
Yeah.
channel.
Well,
So then I got discouraged with the art at the same time. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Yeah, because our tastes change. Our tastes
Well, and
change.
I think that buying craft supplies and yarn, like that's a whole nother hobby. Like the crocheting, learn how to crochet is one hobby, but buying yarn is another hobby. And I like to do that too. And then I like
Oh
to
yeah,
buy diamond paintings and I like to buy craft supplies. ah, I kind of have,
yeah. I have a lot of I'm gonnas. I have a lot of gonnas. I have what are those crazy things called? I just had it. The name of them. See if I can find that paper again. Boo, 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 boo. Pony beads. I have a box of pony
hmm.
beads. So I've been making a few things for people and stuff like that. Um, I have one project I've been working at. I haven't sat down and recorded it yet, but I wanted to do, I think they call it a medallia.
Oh, Mandela.
It's kind of a God's eye, only
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
more mandala. Is that
Yeah.
what it's called? Yeah, I've been wanting to do that. So hopefully I'll get to a point where I can sit down and do that,
Well,
put that
with
together.
me, I'm realizing that another reason I never really got very creative about anything is because that was like, to me, I looked at it like it was a waste of time because it wasn't something taking care of my family, or I wasn't getting paid to do it. Like it was something,
Yeah, it wasn't
yeah, it was
productive
something that
in
used up
those
my
terms.
time but didn't really give me much. But now it's like I realize, yeah, it does. It gives you relaxation and gives you, um, it just, you don't always have to be doing something busy work, like you can just take time and relax and do something just for the fun of doing it, you know. And
Right.
that's something that I didn't I didn't like that. I didn't really know that concept too much, And now, and even reading,
Right.
it's like sometimes I just get in the mood. I want to sit and read, and I won't do anything. I'll just read, or,
Uh-huh.
whatever. But it's like, it doesn't matter. It's the journey of doing it. It's not like the outcome isn't important, or the reason that you're doing it's not important. It's just having fun doing something, or
Right.
letting
Right.
yourself have fun doing something. Yeah.
Exactly. Scully Tingles is back. Scully Tingles. I'm gonna have to figure out how you do
How
that.
to do what?
Have you ever heard him say stuff like that?
Uh,
Scully Pop
oh,
is back.
hi, Sally.
So he just put up tingles, and I'm trying to figure out how he said Scully
Mhm.
Tingles.
I can't. I can't hardly do it.
I'm trying. I'm trying. I'm just trying to enjoy the evening. I hope you guys are too, because I'm enjoying myself. But I always enjoy myself with Echo. She's she's just one of those people that's very easy for me to talk to. Yeah, there you go. I just put up Scully Pop.
And Noblesse says, I'm getting pop-up ads interrupting the live on my end. I didn't know that happens. We even had one day where it was splitting the screen. You could still see me, but you also could see the ad. It's like, that's annoying.
Yeah. Is there some way you set it up
No,
that way?
that's,
Because
that
that was pretty
that
cool,
was
like that.
something that YouTube was testing, I guess you would say.
Yeah, they need to do that again.
See, and I have the premium, so I don't see the ads. So I don't know, when that
Oh, okay.
happens, I'm like, I don't know what they were talking about because I don't see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't do that.
Well, the only reason I have it is because my daughter doesn't like to have to watch the ads when the baby's watching something, or whatever, and so she pays for it, but I on it with them, to where I don't have to watch them.
Oh, okay, that
But yeah,
works.
they pay for it, so I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, works. Works great.
Yep, you can pay for whatever you want to pay for. I will let you. I have to go I think it's Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I have to pick her up next week. And I have to pick her up this Wednesday. And I'm like, I don't know how long it'll take me to get because the school is the other side of where my daughter lives. And I'm not sure
Uh-huh.
how long it takes. I know how long it takes from here to my daughter's, but I don't know how long it takes. So I'm going to have to probably go early to make sure I'm there on time, and then I'll know for the next time to go, what time to leave. But I hate the traffic. Where I live,
Right.
it's like such a small town that, you don't really see much traffic. And you go to the bigger town and it's like, ugh, where are all these people going? Why are they out on the road now? And then it was funny because when I would
Right.
go early in the morning to get her, nobody was out on the road even there.
Oh no.
And then if I go later, it's like, what are all these people doing? Where are they? Why are they out here on the road? And that's why, because it is, later in the day or whatever. And like the 5 o'clock rush hour, you don't want to be leaving there at 5 o'clock and trying to get home. You'll be,
Oh, they have rush hour?
yeah. And it's like, I mean, come on, it's not that big of. It's called a metropolitan, I think, or something. I mean, it's a big city, but it's not, like Atlanta, of course. But it's big
Okay.
enough that you have that kind of, extra traffic in the morning and in the afternoon and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Stuff that I don't have to deal with where I live.
Yeah. Yeah, I was in Atlanta. They sent me there to for classes at
Yeah.
the box store.
I
It
don't
was
like a lot of traffic and especially not stop and go traffic. I hate that.
Atlanta's built funny to me. You know, it's like they're trying to put these big roads in these little teeny spaces. Like they put the buildings in and then they decide to put the roads in or something. I don't know.
Well, they're always doing some kind of road construction somewhere.
Yeah.
And there's still places that have hurricane damage that hasn't been repaired. And that was last October.
Right.
It's like we're going to be in hurricane season again, and you haven't even got the last bunch cleaned up.
Trees still down and stuff all
Yeah.
over.
And because it was so bad, it's like the whole town has gone crazy about cutting trees down. They went through and cut the tops out of a whole bunch of trees. And that
Uh
looks really stupid. You know, I mean, it's like just
huh.
cut the whole tree down. Don't cut, leave like 10 feet of tree trunk and then nothing, I mean,
Right.
Allison said that they did it so that if we get hit with the hurricane again, it won't, the top of the tree is what would fall on your house. And so this way,
Yeah, it won't be so
yeah.
top heavy.
But
I get that.
why do you want a log sticking up in your yard? That's stupid. I mean, it's just
A log sticking up in the
it's
yard.
crazy. It's like, why do you just want that log there? I mean, and if they had left them, 3 or 4 foot tall, and maybe they were going to come back and grind up the stumps or something. But for them to leave them that tall, there's nothing that they're going to do with them. I mean, it's silly.
Right.
And I mean, somebody might have like 10 in their yard looking like that. I'm like, what are y'all doing here? What is going on?
Like fence posts or
Yeah.
something, huh?
It's like, I just don't get it. Why would you want to leave that? I mean, cut it down.
It'll
You
fluff up
you don't
again.
want the tree, just cut the whole
It'll
tree
fluff up.
down. Regina says our county trees on electric lines are cut out our trees, etc. Yeah, well, I could see that, maybe, but still, just cut the whole tree down. Don't leave
Yeah,
all the
yeah. Where I'm at, they do that. The electric company will come through and just cut a big old U out of the top of the
Yeah, it's like
tree.
I don't get. I mean, can't even have any wildlife living in the tree. There's nothing for them to live in. It's just a
uh,
stump, a tall stump. you know. Hi there, the source. Welcome.
oh, the source made it. Hey, I hear you having it to do with prior guests.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have to go check
the
that out.
17th, and I didn't write that on my cal. I put it in my book, but I didn't write it on my calendar.
17th,
Yeah.
17th, folks.
There we go. Oh. Well, my hand's starting to hurt, so I think I'm almost done. I've got one more flower here. Nope, 2 more flowers over here, and then a little bit more trim, and then I'm done.
Whenever you're ready, honey. I'm already making a mess with glue. I moved on to another kitty thing.
Ah,
I'm making a mess with glue now. Like I said, I'm just enjoying
yeah,
myself.
me too. I'm glad I decided to call in it or ask you to come. So I was like, yeah, it'll be a lot more
Right?
fun if I got
Me
somebody to talk
too.
to. So it's like, are you going live
And you
tonight?
know, neither one of us run out of words.
And she's like, no.
We don't believe in dead
I'm
air.
like, well, you want to come color with me? Ah, has been relaxing though. I'm glad.
And I needed this. Today was a stressful day, so it was wonderful that, that I'm ending the day like this. Calm my nerves and calm my sleeps and my dreams.
Well, I
Yeah,
think I have.
that's
I don't know
beautiful.
what the.
That's beautiful. That's what you bring to us
I don't
all.
know what the heck
That's
this
all.
is supposed to
Just
be over here, but
calming.
I'm just gonna color that. I'm
I'm
just gonna color it all in because it's.
gonna play with glitter.
Now, if I was really
Oh
ambitious,
boy.
I
Oh
would
boy.
color in my white, but that's a lot of white.
Uh, yeah, I saw that on mine. I went, yeah, I was gonna leave it white, but it's really
Let's.
blah.
Oh, that's a lot of white.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, I think it turned out pretty good. It's definitely, and I used my gel mark or gel pens too, so it's really colorful.
I love gel
I think
pens.
I did good.
And they're so smooth. They're so smooth.
But yeah, this arthritis in this thumb does not like it. It's like, okay, you've been holding that pencil too much. I was so proud of the baby
It's
though.
starting to
She was holding her pencil like you're supposed to. For the longest time,
yeah. That's a
she
big
did this
step.
where she like
That's
make
a
a
big step.
fist, and that's not how you hold it. And I would try to show her, and she'd be like, "No, this how I'm doing it." But she was writing something the other day, and she was holding it like she was supposed to. And I was like, "Yes." Oh, I have another one of these containers. I might have to get another.
All right, I got glitter mess going, so we're gonna let it dry for an hour or two.
Yeah, I gotta take some out. It's not gonna let me close it. There we go.
You
Okay.
got it?
I definitely have
Okay.
more than I need. But can you really have more than enough colors? I don't think so.
There's never
All
enough
right, I'm
colors.
gonna take this.
Never enough colors in the rainbow. There isn't.
Oops, I'm
There isn't.
confused.
This was another beautiful color.
Oh,
Ugh. Can you see this? Can you see this?
all right, now I can hold.
Look at that. Look at that arm. You see that arm?
Has it got glitter on it?
No. It's all
Oh,
broke
you
out.
broke out. Uh-oh. You
I'm
allergic to your glitter.
allergic to glitter. We gotta get medicine for
That's
that.
not good.
Yeah. I was cleaning the garage. Oh, look at that. Very pretty. Oh, tons prettier than mine. Tons prettier than mine.
I love it.
Yeah, mine. See, I did
Oh,
that.
yours is pretty too.
Mushroom.
Yeah.
Am I delayed? Must be delayed. She was
All
happy.
right, the source. Hey, there's Tiff 420. Hello, hello.
Ah, we were just talking about you. We were just talking about you, Tiff.
Oh,
You are loved in the grounds.
oh, gosh. All right. Well,
We were just talking about you doing the exercises with Echo and stuff. So that's really cool. Yeah, we've been here for a couple hours now, just chit chatting, just chit chatting,
I'm like,
enjoying
we've
life.
gone 2 hours and 44 minutes.
No wonder your thumb's pooped.
My thumb is like, okay, we cannot do any more coloring today. Oh,
So I'm gonna let my little glitter dry for until tomorrow morning, and then we'll see what kind of mess we make. But I'll try to do it outside.
yeah,
I learned from Echo: do not play with glitter on the
yeah,
inside of your house.
yeah.
Oh, look at you rubbing
Oh,
it, honey.
thank you, Tiff. She said I did, and I sent them to some people. Yay. It's
Good.
perfectly my speed. I know. I slow, gentle, easy. I'm not getting in too big a hurry because you have to keep increasing if you want to continue it. You have to keep being able to get more and more and more. And so you got to
Right.
start really slow so that you have somewhere to go.
Right.
Because I'm like, yeah, if I get to be doing too much, I won't be able to walk the next day. And then I won't be able to keep it up either.
And it'll discourage you too.
Yeah.
You
So
know, it
I'm like,
will.
let's just see how it feels. And it did feel really
Yeah.
good though today to stretch and stuff. I do
And
tend to
especially
sit
since you do it in
too.
the morning. Starts your cardio, gets the blood flowing to your brain, oxygen, and so
Yes.
it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad Tiff joined you. That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. I love me some Tiff. She's she's good people.
Yeah. She is.
Well, I'm glad you all came to listen to us chit chat and color and enjoy the evening.
It was fun. I had
Yeah, it
fun.
was.
My
It was.
producer. And I
All right.
certainly used a lot of different colors. Most
I
of
even blended, like you said. I'll even take like a little yellow and then I'll put a little blue on top of it to give it a
yeah,
variegated color.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, and you
yeah.
can do that with some colors. They actually, you make up your own color, a new
Uh-huh.
shade. But still, when you get like a dark color, it's kind of like nothing is going to brighten that up. It's going to be dark. And
Yeah.
with some
Yeah.
colors,
You can't make light out of bright.
yeah, and some colors when you mix them together, they
Oh,
turn
sorry,
out
these.
to be kind of black looking or
Yeah.
gray or. So that doesn't really help you, but it is kind of hard to only do the three colors. And somebody who's doing a one color challenge, that would be even harder
Yeah.
unless
I
you
haven't
could do
seen that
different
one.
shades of the same color.
I haven't seen that one. Yeah, I did the three with you a couple of times, so that was interesting because it did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Your imagination can't go
Yeah.
very far. That's what I got out of it.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's what I like about like trying the different color combinations and different. So just to have three, that wasn't really
Yeah.
to me it was more of a challenge. Will I even finish it with just the three colors,
Uh-huh. And make it look
or will
decent
I be like,
instead of
yeah,
just being
but
one
yeah, I
big
don't like
mesh. Yeah.
I did one where I colored like the flower the green instead of like I can't remember what three colors I had, like a brown, kind of a darkish green, and maybe a blue or something. Anyway,
Uh-huh.
it was awful. It was awful. And it was like big flowers where, it was like a big blob of that color. It was awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I said, yeah, yeah, okay,
Well, we did it.
not good, not
Well, you
no.
did it. Yeah, it was. It was. It's interesting. It's fun. Yeah, just do one.
Yeah,
You just go and you just throw colors into a bucket or something, and you just blindly pick out three colors, and it's
blindly pick
hashtag
out
three
the
color.
colors. And I think it would be better if you had like maybe like pick 10 colors that you wouldn't mind using, like that kind of went together,
Uh,
and then pick blindly from those 10. But when I do it and I have my whole big box there, it's so you get the same color, it's like you don't get a good variety of the
right.
colors.
Yeah. You had to
Yeah,
narrow it
Jennifer,
down
that
to
would be
the
an
pinks and the
interesting
purples and the
challenge. Yeah.
blues and the before
Yeah,
you
like,
picked.
you know,
Yeah.
kind of have the colors that you would want to use and don't put like any blacks or browns or, you know,
Well,
but
they're
yeah,
pretty
I never
colors. It's
do.
just not for a flower.
Yeah, not for flowers.
All right. Well, I am going to
All
go.
right.
Beans has been whining at me for quite some time. Yes, Misha. Beans has been whining at me. So I want to tell everybody, just try to make today just a little bit better than yesterday. Even if it's just coloring, just try to make today just a little
Yeah.
bit better than yesterday. And Echo, thank you so much for having me on. I enjoy it every
Well, you
time.
are so
And are we
welcome.
going to get together tomorrow night?
Yes, we are.
Oh, tomorrow night. Same that time, same that
Tomorrow night.
channel, guys.
Yeah. 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock.
All
And we're
right.
on episode 4 and we have 8. So we got 5 to go, but we'll do 4 tomorrow and then we'll have 4 left.
Oh,
And the
okay.
last 2 we have Quest.
Okay.
So
However you want to do it, honey. I'm just along
yeah,
for the ride.
I've really enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed it. And I hope we have as much fun on the Sunday, doing the Sunday thing. Hi, Shantirement.
Yeah, we will. Yeah,
Um,
we will.
yeah, I think that'll be fun too.
Yeah, it'll be
And then
interesting.
after I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have 4 or 5 that we know what we're doing. And then after that we'll have to figure out
You know what we're doing.
we'll have to figure out what we want to
Oh,
do after
don't say
that.
I know what I'm
That'll
doing.
get us through yeah, that'll get us through this month and September. So
Okay.
we'll figure out what we're gonna do for October. But
Okay.
yeah, I really like having you as my co-host. So you know,
Well, it's
so
nice to
you
have
learn
somebody
how
to
to tell me
bounce
no.
conversations off with too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoy it, and it's so much easier than doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
You know, at least for me, because I'm always like, even though people are talking in the chat, you're like, are they? Do they understand what I'm talking about? Or are they paying attention? Or am I just up here talking to myself? So I really like it when I have somebody to talk to. So. But anyway, we're going to call it a night because it's going to be 3 hours.
As Misha said, mwah!
Mwah. Love y'all. Thank you so much for coming. Have a great night. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.